Hello and welcome to CUFI Weekly. I'm your host, Kasim. Hello and welcome to another episode of the CUFI Weekly. Today we're joining you from Jerusalem, specifically the Sheikh Jarrah neighborhood in East Jerusalem. If that name rings any bells, sounds familiar, it's because it was right here which was claimed to be the flashpoint for the conflict that happened in May of last year, with Hamas firing hundreds of rockets and the riots that took place on these very streets. So we've been in the neighborhood for about an hour now, and we've seen the UN trucks driving around, we've seen all sorts of international aid agencies, but one thing which is very evident, and this goes beyond the talking points, this goes beyond the things, the hashtags, the activism, all these things. One of the biggest issues, and it remains one of the core issues in the conflict, is this unwillingness to accept the Jews anywhere in this area, anywhere in this land. So I'm 5 minutes from where we were in Sheikh Jarrah. We took a 5-minute stroll here, and I'm here to tell you another story, one that you didn't hear about on the news, on CNN, on BBC, or any of those outlets. We're outside the house of a man named Tal. He's Jewish, he's Israeli, and this is his home. Well, it was his home. If you can see right behind me, these are now the charred remains of his home. He has lived here, and in the last 6 months, his car has been burnt 9 times by extremist Palestinians. Eventually, they burnt his house. Thankfully, Tal survived and is healthy, and we met him today. We've seen dozens of UN trucks driving around. Has Amnesty International talked about this in any of their reports? Because this is not an isolated incident. This is one story, one human story of a man who is trying to live his life. And what has been the penalty for being a Jew living here? His car has been burnt multiple times, and his house has been burnt down. I'm still outside Tal's house. It's literally right in front of me. And I just wanted to highlight this graffiti. And what's interesting to me is that they've not drawn the Israeli flag and crossed it out. They've crossed out the Star of David. It's simply saying no Jews. No Jews are allowed here. And they're being very public about it. They're not hiding it. And again, the absolute silence from the global community is disgusting. What I really wanted to share, what we wanted to convey to you today, and this is so important, beyond all the talking points, beyond all of the kind of actions to demonize the Jewish state, things like Sheikh Jarrah are used as simple excuses to murder Jews. Hamas are nowhere close to this area, yet they fired hundreds of rockets at Israel. It's used to attack Israel militarily, it's used to attack Israel politically, and it's used to attack Israel in the court of public opinion. And that's why it's so important that we come here and share the truth. We share the reality. We share what is happening. Because ultimately, for those people who are obsessed with demonizing Israel, who want to push their anti-Semitic agenda, and whose end goal is the destruction of the Jewish state, they will use every single instance. They will manipulate every single fact. And for that to be used to incite violence, to attack people, and launch hundreds of rockets at civilian populations, and that to then be supported by activists throughout the world is absolutely disgusting. And that is why Christians United for Israel exists, to speak up and come to the places and tell you the story that isn't being told. Until next week, for Zion's sake, do not remain silent. This is Kasim for the CUFI Weekly. Please be sure to subscribe to our YouTube page. Thanks for checking out today's episode of CUFI Weekly. If you enjoyed this episode and want to stay up to date with the latest news from the Middle East, along with topics involving US-Israel relations, please be sure to like and subscribe. And remember to click that notification button so that you are notified every time a new show is uploaded.